You already know it is that time of the week. We're going to go for 241 review discussion thingy. Still haven't decided if I'm going to stick with review or discussion. I just put them both in the title because it kind of just both fucking works. Anyways, yeah, what did I say last week, huh? The little next time completely naked horseshit that fucking Reggie did. That it was a tease. That it was not actually going to fucking happen because it didn't. And your boy called it. Alright? Because we already know Reggie's got to extend this shit for at least another 3 years. This chapter starts off, immediately last chapter ended, with Kazuya closing the door. He closes the door, and now he and Chizuru are in the room alone. And then he flashback, he has a little flashback, it's like literally one panel of Chizuru saying, "It's not like I can show you the real me all the way through." So she hasn't revealed her true self, her true uninhibited self. A secret investigation with just the two of them. Then this is where the completely naked shit comes in. He imagines, Chizuru showing a side of her that no one else has seen. And he's like, he's doing Kazuya shit. And then, it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy in his head. So then Kazuya, says, "Yeah, I shouldn't kid myself." After thinking that, he's thinking to himself, and he, says to himself that even Chizuru said that she doesn't know her feelings. She doesn't understand them. So Kazuya hypothesizes. English is hard. Hypothesizes. There we go. That's a big word too. That she's making some sort of investigation on her feelings. For what it's worth, he did clean his room, so it's not an absolute mess. Chizuru then starts glancing around his room. This freaks Kazuya out, and he goes into an absolute fucking frenzy. He overthinks the entire situation. She might be low. He's looking at his bookshelf, and he's like, "Oh my god, my encyclopedias. Oh my god, my manga aren't ordered correctly by volume." It's overthinking. Then she looks over. The air conditioning. Kazuya, holy shit, what's wrong with the air conditioning? He's literally being Kazuya. Then he starts thinking that Chizuru's gonna grade his room on a scale of like 1 to 10 or some shit. And that he's failed the investigation and she'll no longer like him or some shit. I don't fucking know. Kazuya's being a bozo. Then Chizuru asks, "Can she sit down?" And then Kazuya's like, "Oh fuck, oh yeah." And then he realizes that he's being a horrible host with shitty hospitality. And he's being stupid. She sits out at the corner, and then he makes the goofiest face I think I've ever fucking seen from this manga. And then he starts saying, "Why did she sit down there? What? Maybe she's on guard after all? She doesn't want to sit close to me?" Kazuya shit, right? And then he starts hypothesizing. Holy shit. Is this also part of her investigation? I don't understand it at all. Then Chizuru clasps her hand together like she's praying and says, "Alright, let's take a minute and run down the situation." She is pretty guilty about the whole Ruka stuff because Ruka likes Kazuya and Kazuya doesn't really give a fuck, and she feels bad for Ruka because she's kind of liking Kazuya and she doesn't want to take Ruka's guy. And taking into consideration her feeling, she would be pretty bad if Ruka knew what they were doing right now. Then Kazuya's like, so that's why she was observing the surroundings. Yeah, and even closing the door. So if Ruka came by, I don't know, she come back at like 10:30 at fucking night. She's like, what, 18 or some shit? She's still living with her mom and dad? I don't know. And if Kazuya thinks, oh yeah, if Ruka saw this, she'd blow the fuck up and she'd be pissed. Then Chizuru asks, how have things been with Ruka lately? Kazuya's like, And then, it's been a year and a half since the Kazuya and Ruka, them dating, quote unquote, have started working. Things are like usual. She was mad at him because of the kiss, but things are back to normal now. Kazuya mentions that he tried to break up with her before they went to the Hawaiians. He knows where his heart is, and that still, quote unquote, dating Ruka on a one-sided relationship where Ruka likes Kazuya and Kazuya doesn't like Ruka is not right. Ruka said she knows that and doesn't want to break up despite that. Chizuru has a long bit about her feelings for Kazuya are real, and Chizuru doesn't want to hurt her, and if she would find out about this, she would be so sad and yada yada bullshit. And the Kazuya's like, she's taking into consideration Ruka's feelings, that's why she wasn't talking to me for 3 months, yada yada yada. Chizuru tells Kazuya to not worry, it's okay, and even though that she wants to try and understand her feelings, she doesn't have a plan for them. She doesn't want to keep dragging things out. But like she told Kazuya earlier, she is not going to leave him hanging, and she will give him an answer. Else, Kazuya, it sounds a bit silly, but for now, would you bear with me? Kazuya blushes and thinks, yeah, Chizuru doesn't know what Chizu is at a loss about what she wants to try and understand, and despite that, she's going to be optimistic about understanding her own feelings. Even though she's guilty about Ruka, she still thinks about Kazuya. Kazuya says, or thinks to himself, that he can't bear it anymore. He loves her, so he asks her, "Do you have any plans after this?" Chizu's like, "Hmm?" And then the chapter ends. Motherfucker Benji. Alright, next time, presenting underwear. You already know that's gonna be like either one, Kazuya's gonna think about, oh my god, her sexy lingerie if she's wearing it or whatever the fuck. It's gonna be a Kazuya thought, right? There's no shot. All right, I don't know what I'd do if Chizu accidentally just like kind of they can panties are shown, but like generally shown to Kaz. I don't know what I'd do. Anyways, that's this week's chapter. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.